On today's edition, we are talking about castology or castrology. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. It's easier written than said. And this site has been around since 2001. One of the sites is Andreica, and I talked about in this last video. I want to show you something on this site because this person owns castrology. I'm going to scroll down, and so this was interesting. 4 years I have been searching for a kind, loving man. On July 14th, you cast a love spell for me. On July 24th, I met a lieutenant commander. I have never been so attracted so fast. We are now engaged to be married. I don't know how to thank you. Beautifully written, right? Watch this. From April 13th, 2008, Web Archives. Dear Andreica, for years I have been searching for a kind, loving man. On July 14th, you cast a real love spell for me. On July 24th, I met a lieutenant commander. I have never been so attracted so fast. We are now engaged to be married. I don't know how to thank you. Same exact testimonial. 2008 to 2018. Don't you think if you've been in a business long enough that your testimonials would have changed, or you would have had probably like 20 to 30 plus pages of testimonials? In fact, most of the testimonials that are constantly changing are on the ripoff reports and message boards. But we're not talking about this site today, although this site is, we're talking about a site that Andreica, who's not a real person, Andreica, the fake name, we don't know the real name, owns. And this site was part of this huge scam ring back in the early 2000s. So in 2009, a website was up called love-spell.com. The website no longer exists. And thank God for Web Archives. I found this when I was searching for another website, and someone had quoted this article on a message board, and I think several other websites quoted that. So when I copy and pasted, the site's gone. So I looked at this website, and it talks about Andreica, okay? And she or he was part of this family of scammers. And I don't know if it was they all knew each other, or it's just someone, maybe they got scammed and popped up to make their own site. They're like, well, I got scammed. They're making money. Maybe I'll make my own. Or maybe they saw, oh, opportunity. I can do the same thing. No one knows how it came about. What I wanted to point out today was the story about Andreica, who owns several other websites. Castrology, Andreica, Spellmasters, which redirects to castrology, and madam.faithweb.com. This is probably their oldest website that is still running for 10 years on. These scammers are laughing all the way to the bank. So this chick or dude or whoever owns all these sites, castrology is still around. And when I looked at madamfaith.web, it no longer exists anymore. It was registered in 2001. They all were, actually. And I wanted to show you this. The madamfaith.web is Instant Spells by Madam. You are here because of my help. I am known simply as Madam, and I have helped many people like yourself. Okay, it's been out since 2001, same time. Castrology was the first site that was registered from my research, and then the other ones sort of followed. The reason why several domains were registered, because back in the day with Google, if you had a lot of backlinks, your site would go to #1, and so that's why they did that. Meanwhile, they were smart. Instead of making just backlinks, let's make more websites to make more money. We will dupe more people. So they're all scammers. It's one person. It's not uncommon for someone to do that. It's also not uncommon to make fake reviews, and also not uncommon to make something called Beware of Imposters and Scams. And if you Google every single scam spellcaster site, they're going to have a page of imposters and scams selection, which means They're saying those other sites are BS, but our site's real. We're real people. We're real spellcasters. We are going to give you the positive things the other sites are not giving you. So it's kind of, they're doing that purposely, trying to get you in on the scam. Meanwhile, you're losing out on money. They don't refund, although though this site tends to refund. Sometimes they will, sometimes they'll give you partial. It just depends on who you're talking to. Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to point this part out. They make these testimonials, and I see this on like every single page. It's not that hard to do the day of the internet. It's like making it's like, oh, what's that name? It's like that whole thing on YouTube this past summer about the dark web mystery boxes. They all were BS, but it was like a chain reaction. Oh, well, you're getting views on your page. I'll make that box things and make it BS, and the next person sees it. I'm going to do it, so I get views. So I mean, that's really what happened with a lot of these stuff. Just trying to make them more legit. It's like Jay Station's website. Okay, so anyways, Andreyka owns all these sites out there. Here, this one is Spellmasters that became Calastrology. There was another thing that was interesting, and when I clicked on the how to contact them, it showed up this, and I clicked on it, Dassy. So this is also registered in 2001, that Dassy.inc, and I went to there, and it was California Astrology Association. So I found that very interesting. It went directly to there. And it appears they own another website I just discovered, easylovespells.com. Look at that. So that's another website they own. And Wicca Spells, they own this site too. Now we have a total of 4 sites still around. Okay, so we go to there, just give an idea when the sites were available. This will tell you. Okay, been around since 2001. All right. So this was not in the list of scammers that so far, but I will research them for you. And I'll probably have it up tonight. That's really interesting. So Easy Love Spells was something else. Oh, this is really interesting. While it's loading. So this site looks like it was, there we go. Something's weird. Okay, but I want to, okay, remember the Easy Love Spells thing that we discovered? I do want to point out something very interesting. Remember I said I think they owned it? Look at that. Well, we do know they owned it. And that is crazy. At least they admit they own it. It's just, like I said, this is quite sad. So we're at 2014. Just try and figure this out. What in the world I'm looking up. So, wow. Okay, anyway. So that's really it. I want to point out, just always be careful because they've been exposed, but unfortunately this post from 2009 no longer exists on the internet. The site's gone. And so it's good that we have it's good that we have web archives to kind of help us with knowing more about these scamming sites. So if you have any more questions or any other sites we want to, if you have any other questions or if you want us to expose another scam site to make a video of it, let us know. Just like and subscribe below.